Journal Record editor Ted Struley joins us to discuss other stories making news in business this week. Ted, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Ted, financial advisors are telling clients to get ready for political upheavals. What's at stake this year?
Well, what the advisors told us is that they're having a really hard time predicting what might be coming down the pike. Regardless of which presidential candidate gets into office this year, they just don't know what to expect. They're expecting that there will be a lot of upheaval, and it's going to be hard to predict. They are especially concerned about what could happen with either inheritance taxes or gift taxes, so they're putting their clients on their alert to start planning for whatever may come down the pike.
Scientists are gathering more data on what's triggering earthquakes in Oklahoma. What's the latest?
Well, the Oklahoma Geological Survey is putting monitors in 9 of the shuttered disposal wells to try to gather some more data. They're doing that in conjunction with the OIPA and some of those disposal well operators to see what they can learn in the most earthquake-prone areas.
Chesapeake is shedding some interest in Texas. What's on the block there?
Well, Chesapeake is getting rid of its assets in the Barnett Shale. The important thing there to Chesapeake is that it's going to shed about $1.9 billion in midstream and downstream expenses they're committed to.
Demand appears to be increasing for medical office space. What's driving that?
Well, 2 things are driving that. One is that a lot of real estate investment trusts are buying hospital campuses right now. That sometimes causes rents to go up to satisfy their investors. In turn, doctors are moving out into private offices instead of staying on the hospital campus. The other thing that's happening is that doctors have become a little disillusioned with being employed by the hospital, so we're seeing a trend reversal where some doctors are going back into private practice to have more control. That's also increasing demand on medical office space.
There's news about the homeless population in the state's largest city.
There is. The Homeless Alliance did its annual point-in-time count and counted 1,500 homeless people in the streets and in temporary camps and in shelters. That indicates that between 6,000 and 7,500 people are living in those conditions. That's an increase of about 16% over last year's count.
A lot of people. What are you working on for next week?
Well, 2 minor party presidential candidates have sued the state, saying that access to the ballot is too onerous to ever have a hope of independent or minor party candidates getting on the ballot. We're going to take a look at that lawsuit.
Ted Struley from the Journal Record, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure, Robert.